Okay, again, if anyone happens to find this stream, here's how it's kind of exactly how I do it. Basically, usually overall, if anyone comes on the stream and starts chatting on my live stream, yeah, I'll start teaching you guys the method and showing you from beginning to end of how it works. I think it's usually gonna take like 10 minutes, I think, or 20 minutes to explain the whole thing. So if anyone happens to find the stream and start chatting away, I'll start to show you how my method works. But overall, my method is I think it's simple. It might look complex if you happen to watch my demonstrations on other videos, but I think if I explain it and show you the simple idea of the concept of how my method fundamentally works, then you'll be like, oh, that makes sense. So yeah, again, on this live stream, if you happen to come across it, I recommend you to just like fast forward to the point to fast forward to the point if I actually get someone chatting away and asking how to start learning my method, then yeah, just fast forward on the live stream to that point. But overall, I'm just gonna do my own thing until someone starts chatting and asking questions or anything. Literally ask me anything, you know. And I encourage anyone who happens to come across this live stream in the future, yeah, just join it. If you have questions, you want to debate, you want to start learning this code method thing to help memorize Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu techniques easier, then all is welcome. I really encourage it. But man, it's been a long day. Got out of work, had to do some paperwork, and yeah, my mind's like already exhausted. I don't know. Before we get started, before I start doing my own thing, I'm gonna watch this video real quick. This one's pretty interesting. Oh wait, hold on. Someone messaged me. Really love this idea. Turning on someone. Well, let's see. Really love this idea. Turning BJJ techniques into coded chunks and using Anki makes huge sense. Complex movement patterns stick way better when the brain sees them broken into small structured pieces. Chunking is perfect for martial arts. I also learn new skills in short focused bursts. Keeps everything consistent. I use Pomodoro Tracker, a free browser Pomodoro timer with a cute cat, and sometimes mix it with Forest. That combo helps me stay steady without mental overload. Oh man, that's awesome. I think I know what apps you're talking about. I know Forest. It's that iPhone app that it's like a Pomodoro method where, you know, you press the timer on of how long you want to stay focused, and and you slowly start to see your it has like a garden, right? So as the timer keeps going, you see your tree or plant, whatever, grows into like a full tree or a full flower or whatever. And but if you stop the I can't say it, but you stop the timer, then that plant or tree dies. So it gives you like an incentive to like, okay, I can't stop. I gotta keep focusing and do my work, or else if I stop the timer, my plant dies. And it's a fun app. It's definitely a fun app. I haven't tried it yet. I should really get into start doing that method of time management of Pomodoro. Pomodoro. Yeah, Pomodoro. Yeah, no, Stacy Moore, thanks for the comment. Really appreciate it. On my videos. Okay, well, again, to get my mind relaxed, let's see. Oh, this is a guy that is also like a small channel guy, and he's pretty good. I watched some of his videos. I think he's Filipino, but yeah, he has some interesting videos. Mat bullies and reckless training partners. Here's how to handle them. Well, before I start trying to watch that video, I swear, I think mat bullies, I mean, I did have, I would say I didn't, I think I had a couple. But let's see, hold on, let me just turn off this Anki real quick to make it look, there you go. Yeah, when I started Jiu-Jitsu, ever since, yeah, I think I had a couple. One was, I mean, bowling. Yeah, I mean, at my gym, people always try to get up in your ass about like they always like, once they tap you, they start kind of like making fun of you a little bit, like, oh dude, you know, that was pretty easy or whatever, right? But I don't know, I never really took offense to those kind of things, because it's like, to me, it's like, oh, this is who you are, and I guess you want to like taunt. But it was like in a way where I wasn't offended. I was considering it as like a friendly taunt, right? But I think there was like, maybe, I feel like not, I don't know, bullies. I mean, it's like, if as long as the person doesn't really like hurt me in jiu-jitsu, that I still feel comfortable, that I know that they're not gonna really try to hurt me or anything like that. They're just trying to win, or you know, or then yeah, it's fine. But like, I think I'm more concerned about mat victims, you know, because like people who you roll with and they just suddenly feel like they just want to play victim and tell you, oh dude, you're going too hard, you're going too reckless, and they overreact. Like, they don't give you pretty much a warning. Like, they kind of just make you feel like you're the bully. I mean, I had that one experience where I was rolling with this guy, and you know, he was really chill. He was really like friendly, and you know, maybe I really kind of look back and maybe I think I was going hard, but I was just a beginner back then, and I couldn't really like figure out, oh, if I should go hard or not. But like, yeah, I was going and I was trying some legit techniques, but I guess during the roll with this particular practitioner, he was a blue belt at that time, and there was this one particular roll that he just exploded, where he got angry with me and told me that this is not a UFC fight. This is like this is not like the cage. This is not in the streets. What are you doing? Why are you going so hard? Why? I mean, it's just like, it was like, and it was not, it was in, I could tell by the way, and everyone who was there saw it too. They all were just like wondering, like he was really, he just exploded, you know what I mean? Like when someone's angry, right? And they're just, I guess they have a lot of frustration in them, and they're just taking it out all on you right there and then. And yeah, everyone saw it, and you know, I guess like some brown belt and a black belt came over and separated us. But I was just like, the whole time while he was kind of like yelling at me in a weird way, I was saying like, oh, I'm sorry, what did I do wrong? What did I do wrong? I was like very like confused, because you know, I felt like I wasn't going that hard, or I felt like I was, I don't know, I was just like, did I hurt you? Like, what's happening? Why? Like, you know, it wasn't calm. It was just very like turmoil, and he was just very frustrated, and I was just like flabbergasted. I had no idea to how to respond to that. And yeah, I felt bad, you know. And I asked like, you know, my coach and another brown or black belt, if I can remember, but they say that no, don't worry about him. He tends to do that, you know. He tends to do that before. We've seen that kind of behavior, and you shouldn't worry. It's not your fault. We saw you, we saw you roll with him, and you were just doing what you were supposed to do. You weren't being aggressive that much at all. And I guess when I heard that, I just felt like, really, you know? But, you know, I just feel like, yeah, people, when they come to the gym, I mean, Jiu-Jitsu, wherever, gym, video games, or whatever, people, you know, they want to go to a safe space where they want to escape from life. And, you know, maybe that blue belt in particular had a lot of things in his mind. He had a lot of demons. And, you know, coming to the gym, he was hoping maybe like, oh, you know, to feel something, feel good, you know. And I guess me going hard or resisting too much, he just felt like, wow, even this brand new white belt, like I'm not progressing, I feel. And it just like starts building up until he exploded like that. He was an older gentleman too. I think he was in his 50s. But yeah, maybe he had a lot of things going on. I know that I think he quit, or I think he moved. I don't remember what exactly happened to him, but not long after that incident, I think maybe a couple of months after, I stopped seeing him. And yeah, I mean, I hope he's doing well. But that I was very like shocked, like, and yeah, I just felt bad, you know. But I didn't want to feel like, but the way he did it, the way he called me that I was like going too hard and I was being reckless and all that, I just felt like, dude, why are you putting all these things on me? Why don't you just talk to me, like, oh, or teach me, because you're a higher belt than me, so might as well just like tell me, hey, calmly, you know, stop the roll mid-roll. Why you keep rolling with me and all of a sudden acted frustrated like that? You need to just, you know, just tell me lightly, oh, I don't feel comfortable about this roll. Can we stop? And can we just sit down and talk about what you're doing that I feel uncomfortable with? And if you told me that and lay it straight to me, I'll completely sit down, listen, and, you know, improve. And if I feel like the way I'm rolling is wrong, then yeah, I definitely would do that. I don't know. But yeah, and then there's some people that you roll with, I swear, that you roll with them and they just don't want to tap. You know? A lot of ego, a lot of pride. I had two of those experiences, but one experience was with another blue belt. I was rolling with him first time I ever met him, and I was just like, yeah, we're just going hard, and I got him in the Kimura, and I was just going slowly, and he wouldn't tap, and then slowly to the point, I wasn't sure what to do exactly. And then like maybe I was just going, and then all of a sudden I heard like a pop, and after that I felt really bad. I apologized to him, very like, oh dude, I'm sorry. And he was just, and you know, he was a really nice guy. I guess maybe we're just both caught up in the moment, I guess. I don't know. But I was just finding it strange that you wouldn't want to tap. Dude, well, why? Like I would tap immediately if I was in that situation. Like just tap. It's not, so just like fun roll. Like if someone taps me, I mean, if I got tapped, yeah, I would just say, okay, yeah, that was cool. How do what's next time I can just prevent that from happening, right? Especially competition too. That's the crazy thing. Is oh, is this mic on? Okay, good. I swear, if this mic was not on this whole time, I would be pretty pissed. Anyways, yeah, competition. Yeah, there's some people that you roll with in competition, and you have to make the decision. It's like you're at that point where you're doing a submission on them, and all of a sudden it's like you're at the breaking point of almost tearing their thing, but they won't tap, and then before it's too late, you hear the pop, and you just feel like, oh, why didn't you just tap? Why take the risk? You know, this is just a competition, a local jiu-jitsu competition. We're not getting any money or anything. We're just getting plastic medals. Like, oh, dude, why? You know, if this was ADCC and yeah, we're competing for like tens of thousands of dollars, yeah, I would get that. That would make sense. Like why you wouldn't tap and you would risk trying to resist someone breaking your arm or leg or whatever. I mean, okay, you know, you can afford that risk, but for me, I don't want to afford that, and I don't want to end up in a hospital. It's not worth it if I'm not like competing like high level, or I'm not that type of person. But yeah, crazy what people would go far in jiu-jitsu and not really think about the consequences of just like taking it lightly, you know what I mean? Relax. But yeah, jiu-jitsu is an escape, right? Jiu-jitsu is fun. It's very fun. And an escape to, you know, the shitty life outside. Just want to go to the gym, relax, have fun, and after that you feel good. After that was a great time. You socialize, you rolled with friends, and you meet a lot of good people in that gym. And that's what really it's all about. It's the community. Yep. I don't know. I wonder if I haven't really been to a toxic gym before, like a really toxic gym. Yeah. Okay, let's see what's going on. Greg Jones and Keenan Cornelius on stealing techniques. Okay, it's either this or that right here. I think I'd rather watch this real quick. Just to, it's pretty interesting.
He was accusing me of like stealing their moves at one point.
Yeah, that's interesting. What do you think about that in terms of like Danaher's game?
Yeah, I mean, I think he did a really important thing, which was show. I mean, this was for my own personal agenda, really. But he showed that like Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is not the genesis. Like he kind of showed that it's like Japanese Jiu-Jitsu is actually the genesis, which I think is a really important distinction that was going left unsaid for far too long. And so that was kind of eyes on like the, you know, the phrasing, saying Ashigarami and all of that and talking about it. It was super important. He did it in a very tactful way where he didn't like offend any Brazilians.
I undeniably think it was he liked to do that gently to provoke Brazil to say you got it from Japan.
And this is where like you and him have a lot more tact than I have and like know how to go about things in a very diplomatic way. My strategy was just kind of say it, but I think that was really important. I just thought it was very ironic that they were saying, well, not Danaher, I should say, Gordon was saying that I stole Danaher's high arm guillotine and that I was like making tons of money on it on my site or something. But they had just told me the week before that Danaher was teaching worm guard in the basement.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, they told me that he was teaching worm guard, but while simultaneously accusing me of stealing their moves because I mentioned like to like flare your wrist like that during like a front headlock series I was filming on my site.
Jiu-Jitsu is kind of like breakdancing, to be honest, because I used to do some breakdancing just for fun. I never really competed or anything. I was just kind of like a newbie at it. But yeah, whenever I watch, people would do these motions where it's like you're biting. It's like, dude, like, you know, in like breakdancing, you're doing these breakdancing moves, and some people, if you look too similar to a certain person's style, that they calling you a biter, you're copying, that you have no style and you're just like a mirror of someone else's. For jiu-jitsu, yeah, I guess everyone, whoever makes like a technique or do it certain way or have different types of ways they do it, I guess is like, oh, I was the first one to do it, so it was like anyone who tries to copy me, right, they're stealing from me, right? I don't know if it, I don't know, that's a very controversial like take on people, because it's like, how many techniques, moves, styles can we create from jiu-jitsu to the point where there's no more left? You know what I mean? Like at this point is like he's saying, you know, yeah, John, I mean, I guess he's Keenan Cornelius is saying that, yeah, like John is accusing him of stealing some of his ideas and techniques and copying him. And yeah, I mean, I could see that in like a situation where in the fitness world where fitness influence would be stealing other fitness influence ideas or style of training and just copy word for word in like explain how to do a workout, which did happen. And I guess with instructionals with BJJ, I guess, yeah, that could definitely happen because there's so many instructions. And yeah, I don't know if anyone ever comes across this video and watched to this point, let me know what you think.
That's where, yeah, I was like, what the hell's that?
I mean, it's so hard to say like anything's clearly your move, you know, because like obviously a lot of stuff Danaher teaches is Marcelo Garcia's game, you know. I
mean, like what does your even mean? Like it implies some sort of ownership of like a configuration of human bodies. That's like saying you own a dance move.
Yeah,
like if you
exactly.
invent the robot, do you own the robot? And so I actually have been really curious about this exact subject.
I think people just want to be known that they did this first, that they want to claim credit for it, right? Because if it's like the idea, if they think of this move, they think of me, right? I always joke with my friends when like just a joke, like, oh, I always be like, oh, when they think of you, they think of me, you know, like a joke of something, right? I think it's like the idea of saying like a famous person. I'm not famous at all. I'm just a regular guy, but I was like I grabbed this line from some famous person, and that's what they said to their friend, where their friend was just chilling and they just looked at their friend and be like, you know, if your family and friends ever think of me, I mean, they think of you, they think of me because, you know, you're associated with me, you're hanging out with me, and that's the reason, is that anytime they see you, that's what is always going to happen. I mean, it's kind of pretty much fucked up, but I thought it was really funny. But yeah, jiu-jitsu is all about claiming credit and technique, I guess. You know, you use a certain move, you can't discover techniques nowadays. It's hard to like be original with if you're a new grappler and you want to invent something or be original at doing a certain style of grappling. I think you're kind of too late at this point. I think we reached to a point where there's like we already hit the ceiling, that you can't be more innovative at this point when it comes to jiu-jitsu. I feel like, yeah, I think we shouldn't really care about this kind of stuff. I think we should just be like, oh, that's a cool move, that's cool, I'm gonna try it, see if it works, fits in my game, and yeah, that's it. But to like fight at each other because it's like, oh, that certain move, that guillotine, that high guillotine you just did, yeah, that was mine. That was mine. I don't know why you copied me. That's kind of like, I don't know. I think it's pretty childish, you know. But again, I get it. People want to take credit for things.
Did the robot dance move exist before the idea of robots? That's a good question.
No. Smart.
But there is some case law about owning moves, but not
jiu-jitsu moves.
Yoga moves.
Yoga moves.
So that's the only thing I could find. I couldn't find anyone like suing anyone about like dance moves or any sort of other move, because I was really curious about this at the.
I mean, I think Fortnite. If you guys ever played Fortnite, and I mean, I never really did, but I know my brothers or a couple people that did play it, and I watched this video where I think Fortnite getting like a lawsuit for stealing a certain like dance move that they can perform on their character. So they got in trouble for that, I guess. Someone tried to sue them because yeah, I think, yeah, and especially singers or dancers, they saw that Fortnite stole some of the dance moves, and yeah, they definitely like say, oh, you can't use that, that's my move. But I'm just like, I mean, it's just like, again, it's like a contortion of a certain way you move. Like, if who's gonna sue someone if like, hey, I'm walking and I'm walking a certain way? Like, who's gonna sue me with that? Like, everyone walks, anyone can do this. It's kind of weird. I don't know.
The time, and it turns out that there's actually some like lawsuits that occurred where people tried to like claim yoga moves, and the result was that you can't own a move.
Can't own.
That's very interesting.
Yeah. Like, you can't say I invented this particular body configuration and therefore no one else can do it. And while I think it's like obvious that like jiu-jitsu should kind of be similar, that's not the take most people have adopted.
Yeah, we all see something and try to make it better. It doesn't mean it's yours, you know?
Yeah.
Sometimes you'll see people do moves that have no ability to teach it, but you can teach it. And you're like,
Maybe
obviously
I should be teaching this because you can't teach it.
Yeah, I'm like inspired. I try to credit people. I'll be like, hey, I'm inspired by, or I feel like a lot of the stuff I'll do, I'll be like, hey, I saw Tellez do these reversals.
Well, that's the thing, is like most people will just do that. It's strange to like claim that someone has stolen your move. It was like, well, did you invent, like, what is the story of this move? I thought about naming Worm Guard like Cornelius Guard, like De La Riva Guard. A lot of people said I should have done that, but I felt like it just would have been, I don't know, a little too much. I don't know.
It would have, I mean, if you did that, it probably would have been renamed in Japanese anyway.
Sure.
That's funny.
I mean, it doesn't even deserve to be a move, honestly.
It's a troll move.
It was a temporary thing. We don't like, people are still playing it, but it's like, you don't have to anymore. You can drop the facade, guys. Like, we did our damage.
I tried to do that with the octopus guard. I called it the reach around guard. That didn't stick too well. I think people are uncomfortable with
It's
that.
amazing. Like, you would think like that's like the kind of thing it'd be like on brand kind of. It's like you think it would stick, but it doesn't stick. People really love invertebrate.
Yeah, I think the way I'm calling my code note, like my lazy method, I don't think that's gonna really stick. I think that's why I'm thinking I'm starting to recall it this code note taking method. You know, make it. I feel like that fits more better for a wide variety of people. When I call my method the lazy method, I was thinking like it as like a joke. You know, maybe it'll catch on as like a meme or a joke. You know, be like, oh, I'm using this lazy method and it's helping me memorize techniques. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe that's not gonna stick in the future. That's why I'm slowly transitioning the name to, the code note-taking method, because that's what it basically directly is.
Invertebrates. It's like particularly it has to be an invertebrate name. So like spineless bugs.
That's true, like crab rat and
Spider,
stuff.
butterfly, worm. I don't know why, but something about like spineless insects is like what people love.
I mean, I think it represents.
Those are the American the Japanese ones don't say that.
Well, I think it just represents the big figures in jiu-jitsu. We're all spineless, you know.
I think it's actually translations from Brazilian names, though.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think because we took Americana from the Brazilian name. I think like worm and butterfly. I think there's like a Portuguese analog for that, and that's how those names came about.
Interesting.
And I came up with something called Crab Guard, similar exoskeleton. That was a big hit. That helped.
Where did the buggy come
Hey,
from?
Dorothy Slippers, welcome back. I was thinking of the name Programming Jiu-Jitsu. Yeah. I mean, Programming Jiu-Jitsu sounds like a name. I don't know. First I called it a lazy method, and I just feel like, and looking back, I'm like, nah, that didn't stick. And now note-taking method, but programming, jiu-jitsu. I really am curious about when, since you messaged me about the, especially about your idea of using, I don't know, like a certain application or maybe AI. I'm suspecting AI, where you're just gonna put the video in there and let the program do the coding for you, so you can just read over it, right? And I thought, man, I mean, if we reach that point of just like taking video, I mean, I'll be all sold onto it, man. I think you should like take this concept of code note taking, and if you have an app, or if you make one, I'll be like mind blown. If you make one and sell it, sell it, man, I think you could definitely make some money, and I recommend it, if you can do that, right? That'll be something very awesome. Plus I'll be like, man, I'm down for it, a little subscription here. It'd be like, well, this program will basically break all the video down for me, put all the timestamps with it, and all I have to do is just like watch the video and just read through the code, and bam, I memorized the technique, and it saves me some time and energy. Check out Notebook Limb. Oh yeah, I haven't checked out that. Send me a link. I'll definitely check it out. Send me a link on Instagram when you get the chance. But yeah, so right now I'm watching a video called Craig Jones and Keenan Cornelius on stealing techniques. So they're just talking about, like, you know, you do a certain technique, and you know, if you teach a certain technique and someone calls you out for stealing their way of doing it, or I don't know, I think it's pretty dumb. So I'm just I'm just watching these two guys talk it out.
I looked into this a little bit, and apparently there's some white belt named Austin who actually came up with this move. And there's a few people contending, saying that they claimed to invent the buggy.
The buggy.
Claimed to invent, was it Samuel Braga claimed to have invented the berimbolo?
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
I think
that was like, I think that was something actually where like he didn't claim it, but someone came back. I think it was like Edwin or some other guys were like, actually it was Samuel Braga. And he's like, okay, it was me.
Busted, you got me.
But then it comes down to like, well, who did it first on video in competition? I think if you're going to try and make that claim, you better be able to say that you did it first on video in competition. That's kind of always been the acid test for, like, if I'm going to claim a move, I'm going to be like, I did it first in competition in 2010 or 2013.
Cade getting PJ, it was like the first real time we saw the buggy work at a high level.
Yeah.
Even though it had been done previously. But I remember, but the problem is sometimes it takes a good guy to do something for you to believe it. Like when you see white belts doing buggies, you were like, that's just some dumb shit. And then Cade did it and you were like,
damn, I'm trying to figure out what are buggies again. I remember buggy choke. Oh yeah, this thing.
My partner's passed the side control.
Yeah, I remember this thing. I don't know, I didn't like this technique because I thought it was cool at first. I tried it, but then someone had a simple counter to it that made me stop using it. It was the shoulder pressure choke. To counter it, and it choked me out. So while I was trying to choke this guy who was on top of me using the buggy choke, yeah, all this guy do is just gotta lay on the side and push his shoulder right into my throat, and he's slowly choking me out before I knew it, and I got knocked out. Yeah, I stopped using this technique. It looks really cool, I'm not gonna lie. Anyways, we don't even have to build an app because Notebook Limb can do it already if you know how to use it. I can show you how. Awesome. Let me send it to me first, and maybe in the next live stream I can check it out. I want to like read about it first before I try it out. Actually, I'm pretty curious. Actually, Notebook. Actually, hold on, let me watch a YouTube video. That is pretty interesting. Because, you know, I use like an app called Notion. I use Anki. I use an app called, I think I tried using an application called Obsidian. Okay. Notebook. What is it? Limb. Is it LLM? Okay, hold on. 80%. Okay, no, so they have, wow. Okay, so they definitely had like a little cult following right now. What is Notebook Limb actually? Notebook Limb buggy choke. Oh, okay. I thought someone used the application to do a buggy choke. Why is there? Okay. Okay, well, I'll watch it in a second. Let me finish this video real quick.
Maybe, but then I did it in training, and I was like, it's actually pretty funny to do this to people, so I'm gonna get involved.
I still can't do a buggy choke.
Really?
Yeah, you would think I'd be able to do it, but I can't.
I like it just for how much it bothers people. I think that's what I get off on.
From a like tactical perspective too, the fact that you can be so threatening from a disadvantaged position, that really changes how the meta works, or like what you're gonna do.
And because like it's more threatening than it is, because the thought of getting tapped with it is so painful.
The heck? What's this? Temu? Where did this come? Okay.
Painful. Yeah. That you over defend it. It's a great form of guard retention.
Yeah, from like, how has that changed things? Like, are people, I guess it hasn't changed too much. The biggest change for me was seeing that guy get fucking spiked on his head.
Oh, at trials, right?
I thought that was gonna at least like put some water on the flame of buggies for a while, but nope, people keep doing them.
I think I'll keep competing in competition till I can hit one.
Oh, you haven't hit one in competition yet?
Not in competition yet. But I'll just look for easy opponents until we find the right guy.
When you make a new instructional set, do you like try and match it to like what you're planning on doing in competition, or you just kind of pick stuff arbitrarily?
To be honest, sometimes in competition I just hit something I've never hit before.
And then make the DVD.
Yeah, and then try to work out how I did that.
Right.
Why that worked.
Probably requires a little bit of a creative application during the filming.
Yeah, well, usually
you're like laying the railroad as you go with those kind of things.
Yeah.
I did this once.
Yeah, like,
hey, I've been there too.
How did I do this? Why did this happen?
That's part of the problem.
Yeah. Oh yeah. What you use Obsidian for?
Process though, it's like you do a move, you start teaching it, and like as you teach it, the curtain gets pulled back, and you start to realize what's truly there.
You get better at it. So I usually do a seminar series, and like you get better at teaching it because people ask you questions, and then you incorporate good questions into the move.
How do you deal with the bad questions at seminars?
Just by trying to humiliate the person asking them in a way that's very friendly to everyone. But I think because people expect me to roast them, it doesn't come across so aggressive.
I just tell them that they're bad questions. Like, I feel like it's one of those things where if someone asks a bad question, you almost have a duty to like help them ask better questions, you know?
Well, what, just telling them they're retarded?
Well, what it really does is it just kind of like lowers the entire seminar experience for everyone when people start asking bad questions. So you kind of have to like rescue their bad question and like reframe their question as a better question, and then answer your own question. So you just ignore their question, ask your own question, pretend that they said it, and then answer, and that seems to kind of help get around the awkwardness sometimes.
Hey guys, most people study Jiu-Jitsu through instructionals that look clean, but they don't show what actually works under pressure. Here we learn from matches, where technique is proven when everything's on the line. That's how you cut through the noise and see what truly works when it matters. On my Patreon, you'll find free breakdowns from the newest matches I can't post on YouTube, full studies, and complete guides, all built to help you improve faster and train smarter. You can start free right now. The link's in the description and pinned comment. And if you're new, subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss the next study.
Yeah, interesting. I'll have to check this website later. I use Obsidian as my extend knowledge management software. Oh, what do you mean by that? Like Kazakhstan knowledge management software? No, I haven't. No. Oh, so like because you're building software, and that's what's the name is called. Before we go there, I'm gonna look up that notebook. LM.
Most AI tools give you answers. This one gives you understanding. Notebook LM doesn't just summarize stuff. It turns your documents into study guides, timelines, and even podcasts. In this video, I'll show you how to use Google's Notebook LM like a productivity pro. Not just what it is, but more importantly, what you can do with it. First, what is Notebook LM? Notebook LM is Google's free AI system to help you work with your documents. You can upload PDFs, Google Docs, even YouTube videos. Basically, it is really good at extracting information from a specific source. And it does it while citing your sources, so you know exactly where it came from. Overall, it's a great way to digest content or learn something new. So now let's go into 6 powerful ways that you can use Notebook LM. And first one is turning your docs into podcasts. In this example, I've just taken the State of AI 2025 report. I've shared the link to the PDFs, and I've asked Notebook LM to create an audio overview based on this document. So let's see how it sounds.
How organizations are actually using and adapting to generative AI.
All sorts of regions, industries, company sizes.
And I could just listen to it on my walk now. I don't need to read the whole document. So this is a really helpful tool if you prefer digesting content via audio rather than reading. Second bit is build instant study guides. If you're a student, you can upload PDFs, lecture notes, and even textbook chapters. Then in Notebook LM, you can ask for key takeaways, practice questions, and even notes. Notebook LM builds a clear, concise study guide in seconds. This is perfect for talks or getting ready for an examination. So number 3 is summarize YouTube videos. You just find a YouTube video and you can paste it in and ask it questions. For example, what are the main ideas from this TED Talk? Notebook LM pulls the key ideas so you don't have to watch the full video if you don't have time. This is great for dense interviews, long academic talks, or even tutorials.
Okay, I see what you mean right here.
Summarizing huge documents without losing the thread. Notebook LM can handle massive context, millions of words across dozens of files. It allows you to ask more broad questions. For example, what are the biggest risks mentioned across these 3 reports? It connects the dots, contrasts viewpoints, and gives you a big picture view, all grounded in your sources. So the 5th one is creating briefing docs and content drafts. Have meeting notes, emails, product specs. You can ask Notebook LM to turn it into a proposal, a sales pitch, or a client FAQ, whatever you want. This is similar to other models. However, you can take in a lot more context with Notebook LM. It repurposes your raw content into specific formats, saving you hours. So number 6, make timelines from messy information. Need to visualize a project rollout or a content plan? We can use Notebook LM for that. Create a timeline based on this document. It instantly organizes your information chronologically. No spreadsheets required. So one quick heads up, Notebook LM is still very much experimental. This means features may change and the tool will evolve fast. So while it's incredibly powerful, don't forget to export anything that you produced in case it changes. Treat it like your smartest intern. Useful and fast, but not your only source of truth. I found Notebook LM really useful to help me as a learning partner. And this is only becoming more and more important as things evolve even more quickly. If you're ready to learn faster, I highly recommend trying out Notebook LM. If you found this video helpful, please make sure to hit that like button. And for regular AI tips and tricks, please be sure to subscribe to my channel. It really helps me to grow and continue.
All right, man. Thanks. This is actually, something I might definitely incorporate into my arsenal of study tools. Notebook LM. Definitely. That looks like a very useful application. Let's see. Okay. See what? Wonder what. I'm gonna think of what techniques I want to add to my arsenal today. Playlist.
Hi guys.
Oh man, Dorothy, I hope you've been upping your game with using your code style of memorizing techniques. Are you I wonder what belt you are. I think I remember you said you're a blue belt, right? These past couple of days, I've been literally like fasting for 3 days straight. So literally 3 days of not eating any food. So I think it definitely affected my my cognitive function. So for the past couple streams, I felt like I was kind of a little on and off. But yeah, you are blue belt, right? Nice. What was the requirements again for you? Did your coach just like gave you a promotion? Or do you have to take like a test for it, you know? Like a belt test for it, where you have to like go over the moves in front of the class and demonstrate it to everybody. And then if you've only been at it a year, oh yeah, you did say that, at a year, I remember that, because I played another sport for a very long time. Oh nice, yeah. Been a year. I mean, that's pretty good to get a blue belt in a year. Oh. How do you feel? How do you feel about all the fundamentals and basics now, since you're a blue belt? You got all of them down to a T yet? Just stripes and rules with the professor. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna do like a high elbow guillotine by John Danaher. Let's see, yeah, right here. I'll just put it right there just in case. First, I gotta review my stuff. Let's see, gotta open my Anki app for this. I trapped a purple belt 100 pounds heavier than me in back control, and I got a stripe on the spot. Really? Damn. Damn, it's got like a back on the purple belt. Damn, I bet that purple belt was pissed. I mean, your coach probably was like watching too. And he would be like, what? You got a back? You got the back? Damn. On a purple belt? Shoot. But congrats, man. I mean, yeah, if you can get someone's back. Next job is like, yeah, probably try to get the back of a brown belt or black belt. God, it's impossible. I feel like I obsess about the fundamentals and I don't know anything. Oh man, you did the right thing. The fundamentals and basics techniques. If I had to go back and listen to my coach and not fall for all this goofy shit of trying to learn what's that thing that Eddie Bravo did, rubber guard, or do all these or try to learn these like very fancy looking techniques, and if I just only focus on the fundamentals and basics and just hone them, I would have been like, man, I gotten good faster. The purple belt was being nice to me. Was he? I don't know. Maybe it's one of those things where he like, you got his back and he just be like, good job, yeah man, now just try, put your arm over here, yeah, that's how you do it, bud. Oh yeah. You know, when people switch up when you're about to tap them and you got them in an arm bar and they start to switch up saying, wow, yeah, that's how you do it. Now wrap that arm over the wrist and then extend. Oh yeah, good job. Yeah. It's like they just let you, you know? I mean, people are nice generally. People are definitely nice. And, you know, any jiu-jitsu gym I go to, most people are nice. And they just want to help each other out. Okay, hold on. I just need to focus on reviewing this card. I only got 2 on the queue for now. Okay, YouTube BJJ Fanatics, Wrist Controls to Triangles by John Donaher. This was last time I got a couple of these wrong, so I wasn't very satisfied. I definitely had to make sure the card becomes more frequent for review. Okay, I'm just gonna say what steps are. Let's see. Situation 1, step 1. Okay, that's close guard. Step 2. Okay, he got both wrists. Step 3. Okay, he's pulling the right arm of his partner towards him and the left hand towards his belly. On step 3. Step 4. He's gonna jump over and lock the guy into a triangle, and that's basically a very fundamental and basic way to do the triangle. Or how to set it up. It's okay. Situation 2. So step 1 is basically the idea of this sort of fundamental basic triangle works for people who don't really know it. It doesn't. The more someone's higher level belt they are, it's the less likely it's going to work. The basic setup, unless you have good timing and you can kind of do a little something in certain situations of setting up the triangle, the basic fundamental triangle on someone who's higher level than you to get them in it. I mean, yeah, you can do that. I'm not saying the basic way doesn't work, but if someone's been doing the fundamentals and basics longer before you and they know what it looks like and they see you setting it up, they're definitely gonna stop it, and it's gonna be much harder. But it'll definitely work on someone who's at your level or is brand new, definitely. So yeah, this is step 1. It's basically at this point of the video, John Donaher at 143 of the video, he says that if I'm trying to recall my memory, yeah, he definitely says that if they recognize what you're doing, especially the fundamentals and basics of setting up the triangle like that, they're gonna posture up and prevent you from executing it. Okay, so right here, situation 2, step 1, save mind more effective. So this right here, this line of code right here under step 1 of situation number 2, I'm trying to remember. Yeah, basically if you do a top lock, so it's not like a full triangle, it's like in the middle ground where you're kind of restraining them before you jump up to fully lock into the triangle. Hopefully you know what I mean if you come to this timestamp of 143 of this video. Oh shoot, Anki's not even like open yet. Hold on, let me just turn it on. Yeah, I see it. I see it. Anki wasn't even turned on. Okay, there we go. So I was going down, reading down the steps. I just looked over at the OBS, the screen recorder, and yeah, I just saw that Anki wasn't even on. But yeah, so here's where I was. Situation number 2 of the video. Step 1 is right here. It's again explaining the idea that the basic fundamentals and basic fundamental setup of the triangle of just pulling one arm towards the person and pushing one arm in to jump over and lock them into a triangle. I think I remember, if I can recall it correctly, and if you want to pull up this video right here and kind of follow what I'm doing at 1:11 of the video right here. This is the timestamp right here. So yeah, this line of code basically means that, yeah, again, you probably heard what I just said. It won't work on someone who's probably recognized that more often or it's more experienced in jiu-jitsu. It's kind of harder to execute it if they recognize that fundamental basic setup of the triangle. Again, I mean, it still could work, just that it might be harder to if someone recognizes it. Okay. This line of code that's in situation number 2, under step 1, and it's section 2 of step 1, right here, if I can recall from this video, using the minimal prompts to figure what it means. I'm remembering it's better to get them in a top lock, basically. So in the middle ground, or where it's not full guard, in your guard, it's not that you have them in triangle. It's like in this middle ground where you just like top lock them to still restrain them before you execute the full setup, the triangle. Okay. This right here, if I can recall, looking over it. So we're starting back from guard again. My opponent has both arms posted onto my biceps. Step 3 is, this is when I'm gonna swim under, if I can visualize it in my head of what John Donner is doing in this video tutorial, is that he's gonna swim under with his left hand under the guy's posted arm, and then he's gonna use his other hand right here, the other one that's being posted, his right arm, and he's gonna basically push it over to the left hand, and then grab that hand that's on the posted on the right arm. Grab that, and then once he grabs this, then he's gonna let go and grab and have a 2-on-1, and it's gonna restrain, prepare. Yeah, he's gonna prepare from there. Step 4 is take opportunity, let go, go around, keep safe, pull towards, hold down, close the distance. Okay, I might have trouble with this one. Let's see. Hold towards, hold down, let go, go around, keep safe. Okay, so wait, if I swim under, grab this, 2-on-1. Okay, so then I have the wrist again. I'm gonna let go of the left hand. I'm gonna go around, keep safe of his head, the back of his head. I'm gonna pull him down, closing the distance to prevent him from posturing. Okay, so that's what I'm trying to recall, making sense of this code right here. And dude, Dorothy Slippers, if you can pull up the video and be like, okay, let me see if he's right. Okay, that'll be cool, man. Let's see. Step 5, take opportunity equals push away, sweet spot equals restrain. Let's see. Oh yeah, so I'm gonna push with my right hand. I'm gonna push towards his belly, restraining the arm towards his belly. It's gonna be pushed against his belly so he can't move anywhere. Step 6 is right here. Step 6 is take opportunity equals let go, post spot. So that means my left foot is gonna let go of the guard and post on his hip and using it as a kickstand. Okay, so I can lift my hips up, and that's what exactly step 7 is gonna be all about. Take opportunity, hip up, go over, keep safe. So I'm gonna let go and with my right and go right up as high as I can, up against his arm on his left side. Step 2, step 1. Okay, and this is basically I'm performing the top lock from here. So as I'm putting that up, I'm letting go with my left and I'm holding them down with my top lock. Step 8 is take opportunity, transition, go under. Oh, okay. Hold towards, close the distance, kickstand, let go, swing around. Wait, take opportunity. Okay, this is when so once I got his head down, I got him in a top lock. I'm gonna let go of that wrist that I have on his left wrist with my right hand. I'm gonna let that go. I'm gonna swim under and go under between his thighs. I'm gonna pull towards and close the distance. And I'm gonna swing my left leg around towards his shoulder, and I'm gonna keep it right here. Step 9 basically means I keep my left leg kind of glued against his right shoulder to almost finish with the triangle. And then this is step 10, where I'm gonna take opportunity to bring my legs up, my left leg up, and close it onto my shin, and completing the triangle. And I'm gonna finish the triangle from there. So hopefully that makes sense. I'm gonna try my new stuff when I make a new card. What I told you before, I'm gonna add some more like hints. So I'm gonna add the left hand, right hand, left leg, right leg blocks or abbreviations. But yeah, okay, this should be good. I won't see that card for 24 days, and hopefully I can remember it again. Okay, last card. YouTube Animal, the rocking chair choke. Let's see. Give me one moment. I'm just gonna go check something real quick. Okay, so this next card is low position. So basically, the first step right here, this means they're on side control, and the guy has a Kimura grip on the right side of his partner. Step 2 is he's gonna use that Kimura grip and pull the guy to the right side, and so he can make space for his left leg to swing over. And that's what he's gonna do on step 3. Is that he's gonna bring his left leg and swing it over the guy's head towards the other side. This one means that once he gets the leg over, he's gonna let go of the wrist and swim under the guy's behind the guy's neck, under his chin, and he's also gonna do the same thing with the hand that the right hand, which is gonna go and clasp together with the hand that swam under the head. And once he has everything all kind of secured, he's gonna lay back, letting his right leg go under and go over, and fully locking that sort of triangle. And he's gonna squeeze everything together, and it's gonna attack. So that's pretty good. Oh, I have one more card. Ugh. Okay. Okay, smash pass by Craig Jones. Set up with leg lock. Smash pass. Okay, I forgot what this situation was called. Hey, Dorothy Sippers, do you know what this position is called again? I forgot what it means. Here, let me pull up the video. All right here. Okay, where's the smash pass? I keep forgetting it. The name is just doesn't stick with me. I know what position this is, just right here. Wait, really? I can't. Oh, okay, keep going. Okay, so at 034. Yeah, this position. I keep forgetting what this position is. You know what's it called? Because I think I remember some other guy told me what was what the name was. I just keep forgetting. Isn't smash pass when you are heavy on the knees in half guard? I guess so. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, yeah, headquarters. Yeah, I think, yeah, you're right. That's just called headquarters. Okay. That's what I was visualizing in my head. I just couldn't, I forgot the name of it. But yeah, at 34 in the video, headquarters. So that's what he's doing. Okay, step 2, make tighter, push away, so you saw that psychology. So since I have this, let's see. So this line of code right here, what he's gonna do is he's gonna squeeze his legs together and then he's gonna push this way, causing this guy to react and push this way. But this is where the setup, what Craig Jones wants his partner to do is that he's gonna use his knees to slightly push the guy this way. He's gonna resist, go this way, and he's gonna follow him to go around this way. So that's what he's doing on step 2, is squeezing his leg together and pushing this guy's knee this way. Step 3 is exactly what's gonna happen is this guy's gonna resist, and that's when Craig Jones is gonna go with the flow and move that way because it's less resistant. You want to, right? We want to be like water, go where it's the less what was it? Yeah, water goes through where it's less resistant, less friction. Man, fuck. It's been a long day, man. I had to do a bunch of paperwork, and then I'm like, I was honestly, I was like driving. I was basically like half asleep. I thought I was gonna fall asleep on the highway. Say, okay. Anyways, where were we before I get distracted again? Take a minute, go low, go over, sweet spot, lay flat. Okay, so what he's gonna do as he's going this way, he's gonna like sprawl. And as he's sprawling, his left hand's gonna swim under this guy's right arm to do an underhook. He's gonna sprawl, and this leg's gonna basically fall over this side. As he's sprawling, he's gonna push this leg down as he's sprawling to connect these two knees together to trap his legs. And that's exactly what he does. That's under step 4. That's exactly what he does. Step 5. He's gonna grab the left, this guy's left tricep with his right arm to help him like in a what's it called? Some sort of sumigashi or something. I forgot. I think that's what it's called. I'm really bad at names with techniques sometimes. But anyways, he's gonna pull this arm to help him out, pull him this way. And he's gonna. Oh, this one. What's this mean? Okay, I'm assuming he's pushing, it means he's pushing it this way down. Hopefully. Okay, well, I think I shouldn't worry too much about that one particular section right here. This, you see this right here? I'm just trying to figure out what's this supposed to mean. But I think I don't have to worry too much. I think my mind kind of filtered. I'm just trying to be nitpicky about it. Trying to figure out every little detail. Step 6. Anticipate opponent equals go under, keep safe. Make heavy too. Take advantage equals weak spot. Okay. So basically, right here, what's gonna happen when John Jones is here? This right foot still hooks around on his left leg, hooks under his left leg to still try to resist, to prevent Craig Jones from fully going around. And he's gonna take advantage of the sweet spot, the advantage of, I guess, the groin area, because if you're not that flexible, I mean, I don't think it's really does matter, because between your groin, you can't really, there's a certain point where, you know, a person can be flexible and try to still hold on. So he's gonna take advantage of this guy's weak spot. Step 7 is basically that. He's gonna, as he's laying heavy, going over this guy's legs, and especially I think it's his, he's gonna move around. He's gonna, so once he's over here, he's gonna move back around, causing the guy, his left leg, to still hook on and follow him around. And he's gonna have his left leg ready to jump over and go into mount right here. Oh wait, I forgot one detail. Yeah. And also at the same time, as he's about, before he jumps over to full mount, he's gonna stretch this guy's right side using the left hand to push the guy, stretch him out to make space so he can jump over to full mount. Okay, I think that's pretty good. Wait, where's this coming from? Oh my gosh, there's another one? Gordon Ryan, goats and chokes. John Jones, Gordon Ryan. Okay, this is basically the Darce thing. Let's see. Okay, I'm trying to... Okay. All right. This one. Okay, so yeah, John Jones is in turtle position. Gordon Rye is on his right side. He's feeding his yeah, he's feeding his left hand under John Jones's right armpit, under his chin, and then with his right arm, he's bringing it over John Jones's head, and they're gonna clasp like this. So I'm gonna swing under, bring this arm, push the head down, and grab in like a cable grip. Step 2 is basically, now once you got the grip, you're gonna pull the guy's head, try to connect it to his shoulder, and he's gonna fall over to his side. Now, step 3 is important. If I'm recalling visually in my head of seeing the movement of what I remember in the video, is that yeah, most people they try to rush to locking the full DARS, but that's a mistake, because if someone's very experienced and they know this DARS technique, they're gonna lay on the flat on their back to prevent it. So on step 4, I remember Gordon Ryan says that you're supposed to put your left ear on the back of the guy's shoulder to prevent him from laying flat. It'll stop him. And this is gonna buy you time, and you're gonna take opportunity to bring your arm deeper. Oh no, hold on. So once you do that, you're gonna bring your left hand in deeper to fully lock the DARS. Once you have it, step 5 is basically you're gonna bring he's gonna bring his right hand up high to where your ear is touching his shoulder, high as you can, and it's gonna make the DARS choke tighter. Step 6, state of mind, bring back. So this is the idea of, to really make it even more tighter, you're gonna bring this left hand back and really finish off the DARS choke. And the leg can be anywhere. Legs can just jump over, the legs can grab one of his legs, and that'll give you more leverage to help you pull and make the DARS choke even tighter, or make it more effective. Okay, man. Okay, that was all of my reviews. So I'm gonna add a new card. So yeah. So the card that I am going to learn today.
Okay, guys.
I'm gonna apply the stuff, and hopefully I might, because I after reading your code, Dorothy Slithers, yeah, it kind of like made me think maybe at the end of each line of code, I should make it like very like more specific, more like detailed. Even though I'm always against being too descriptive and always trying to be like, okay, I have to make my brain forcibly make my brain do the mental work to figure it out. But let's try to be a little more generous for my thinking. I'm gonna try it out, right? Because I always felt like if I'm too descriptive, I'm not letting my brain work, right, to figure it out. But I think I can take some aspects of your style of code or programming jiu-jitsu, one of your abbreviations, and kind of use that. Maybe it can like, I don't know, I see some potential. I can incorporate it into my my code note taking method. I'll show you in a second. But first I'm gonna see. First I'm gonna, let's see, 24, 20. Is this 22? Yeah, it's 22. I'm gonna type out this title / Varia. Guillotine by Dash. On. Okay, what the heck? What's going on with my brain today? Okay, huh? Boyfriend, BJ. Fanatics. Dash. Guillotine by John Danaher. The high elbow. The high elbow guillotine by John Danaher. Dorothy Slippers, just curious, do you know any languages? Do you speak Spanish, French, or whatever? Okay, hold on, I'm gonna give myself a second. My brain's just like all over the place right now. If you just letting you all know, I have like a little bit of autism, just a little bit. But my mind just somehow just wanders. Maybe a little ADHD here and there. But yeah, sometimes I get like wander off. Only English sadly? But hey. If you're interested, I can show you like a quick method that you could that you can use Anki, that even if you're a very busy person and you think, oh, a language is too much for me. I mean, I think this method will definitely help you out to memorize vocabulary. So if you ever say, for example, if you want to visit a country and you're like, I know about 10 programming languages though. Oh, hey, you're a programmer, right? Dang, that's impressive, man. I tried programming, not for me. But yeah, if you're interested, I can show you like a method that you want to learn vocabulary, memorize, like say if you go to like Brazil and you want to learn some Portuguese or whatever. Yeah, there's this very simple method that that you can literally memorize like 10 words a day. And even if you can't pronounce the words, at least you can understand it. You know, if someone speaks to you, you can like start to like, well, I know a certain amount of vocabulary, right? I know like the more vocabulary, for me, I believe that the more vocabulary you know something in a language, it makes it easier for you to easier to, what was it? How should I always say it? Okay, learning a language, immersion is key. By having a structured way to remember the vocabulary helps make speaking and adapting to real conversations easier. So, you know, if you want to memorize a whole bunch of vocabulary to communicate with someone in a different language, I think this method's very helpful if you ever plan on traveling and be like, oh, I mean, I'm going to Brazil for a week. I want to learn at least 100 words, you know, to use while I'm to get around, or just, you know, immerse myself in the culture. Then yeah, I have a little very simple method. It took me a while to kind of like to figure that one out, but it's very simple. And I think language learners, I don't know, I don't think I've seen much people share about this certain type of method, because I know that there's method, this one YouTuber, this Chinese YouTuber, right? I know this white guy, right? He knows Chinese. I know Xiaomi. If you ever watch his videos, I'm gonna show you right here. I'm gonna speak Chinese. Where's this guy? Yeah, this guy right here. So if you ever happen to watch this guy's channel, he learns languages, especially he's really good in Chinese. And yeah, he had a video that he was showing a special way to utilize Anki that makes it easier to learn languages. But then all of a sudden, when I tried to go look for that video again that they showed, it's gone. It was gone. So I felt like, okay, but I remember that video. I'm interested in language, but my other hobby is currently memorizing chess games, endgames, openings, so my brain has no extra room. No, don't say that. I think you're a very like high functioning person. I think you have more room that you're letting on. No, trust me, this method, it just feels like a snack, honestly. You'll be surprised that this method will make it super easy for you to memorize vocabulary. Right? Trust me. I'm gonna show you it and you're gonna be like, wow. I mean, yeah, I think I can have extra room for a language. But I'm just saying, if you're still interested, but if language is not your thing, learning like language is not your thing, then it's fine. But I'm hoping to make a separate video to show it and just post it just for funs on this Jiu-Jitsu channel. Because I feel like we go to class, and if you happen to meet someone who's speaking Portuguese only in your jiu-jitsu class, or someone who's from Japan and they're coming to your gym to visit to learn jiu-jitsu, I feel like this is a very useful method to communicate with them, get to know them and maybe surprise somebody. It's a method that I used when I went to Vietnam, and I use it to learn Vietnamese. Because even though I'm Vietnamese, I never really grew up learning Vietnamese, so this method was very helpful in helping me make it easier to learn it, because I don't have to worry about forgetting vocabulary. Anyways, I don't know, but yeah, just keep that in mind, man. But yeah, you seem like you have a lot going on. Programming, chess. I mean, dude, I don't know how you do it. Alright, I'm gonna start this video. Alright, maybe I'll clip on this video. I might move to Spain, so I will have to learn Catalan. So I will be interested for sure in a few months. Okay, yeah, let me know. But I think I'll post a video soon. And the video is probably gonna be very like simple, like 3 minutes long, But yeah, if you plan to move to Spain and you want to learn Catalan Spanish, I think this method will serve you well. Okay, well, let's move on for now. Okay, so hopefully I'm gonna clip this part and hopefully post it onto my channel. But anyways, okay, so for anyone who's watched up to this point, who happened to see this video, I'll be showing you guys my method on how I take notes to memorize and encode information from video tutorials into code form. This method I feel like it helps me memorize techniques from tutorials much more efficiently and better, so that whenever I do get the chance to train at my gym, I can have more of a efficient practice of being able to drill them, of being able to roll with them, roll with a partner and try them out. And I will have a less time struggle to remember and recall those techniques that I want to try to work on at my gym. So for this video, I am checking out YouTube from it. Man, my brain. Anyways, the source of the video is from YouTube. Channel is Bernardo Faria BJJ Fanatics. The high elbow guillotine by John Danaher. And here's the video right here with these two lovely guys. Is John Danaher, the legend himself, and Bernardo Faria. So let's get started.
I'm here today with John Danner, huge honor. Guys, John is by far the best-selling instructor on BJJ Fanatics, and he made a very long series about the front headlock, right? About guillotines, all type of front headlocks. And today he's gonna show us here one of his favorites. It's the high elbow guillotine, and I'm very excited to learn from him.
Let's start off with just the general consideration of how we're going to control our opponent. Front headlock is one thing, that's where the head and the arm are controlled, and in guillotines we can have guillotines without the arm, you can have guillotines with the arm. The primary concern with the guillotine, of course, is a direct route to strangulation, whereas the front headlock is ambiguous. That can be a route to strangulation, but can also be a route to control, or various other things we can perform down the mat. I'll come on this side, Bernardo, come on this side here, and we'll have a look at working here. When we look at the idea of a front headlock, that's typically a situation where we have both the head and the arm control.
Okay, so they're starting from here.
Headlock, that's typically a situation where we have both the head and the arm control.
You noticed that? Danaher is always whispering. Yeah, you noticed that. I was just like, wait. Bernard is like, I can hear Bernard like very clear, but Danaher, I was just like, I need to focus. I need to hear what he's saying. I don't think I got anything. So, anyways, yeah, he's whispering. I was just thinking, is my audio off? Okay. Timestamp. Let's see. So we're starting at 1 minute. Okay. Good. Step 1. Okay, so okay. Okay, well, let's just describe it briefly. Go around. So here's what I mean by player 1 and player 2. Remember how I told you player 1, player 2? So this is what I'm gonna add. P2. So you can see what I mean, right? Oh, actually, I don't know. I kind of don't like this. Real quick. Actually, I'll just do P2. Okay, make it more easier for people to when you look at this code, they'll be like, okay, player 2. Player 2 is basically Bernardo Faria, and player 1 is you or John. Okay, P2. Actually, maybe the P is too excessive. I still like the 2. I'll just do a 1 for my end. So go around, keep safe, 2, plus go around, keep safe, 2. So that's basically him. And then equals holds the position 2. So my thinking is Bernardo has one arm going around to keep safe. Keeping safe can mean like you're keeping something safe in your wrist, in your palm of your wrist. So if I grab something, I'm keeping this object safe and secure, keep safe in my hands. I don't know. I've been using that kind of abbreviation to mean it, to mean it that way. There. Okay, so he's closing the position with both his hands. So basically, if anything that comes together like this, it means he's closing the position, locking his arm. Mine so far is GGH, GGAP. Okay, huh? That's good. Grip. Can you give me like I know what they mean, but can you write like the exact words of what they mean? So GCH. Oh, I like how you put this what's this thing called? I forgot. What's that symbol mean? That you just added. Hey man, I'm glad that you're utilizing the symbols and making your own definitions of them. Grip chin and grip armpit. Okay, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Grip chin and grip armpit. Okay. Yeah, just keep making those abbreviations and keep making a glossary, and you want to be able to use them over and over again, you know, to help you use them as hints. Okay, but I'm thinking you're going in a good direction of your own style. It's mathematical, and yeah, what does it represent though? You know what I mean? What's does that little thing mean to you? Like, how are you using it to kind of like correlate things together? Because, you know, again, I always encourage people, because they don't have to follow the exact way how I use my symbols. They can always interpret their own meaning, make their own meaning of them, of how they want to use them to connect the code together. And I always want to, and that's what I like about coding, kind of, and putting your own interpretation, your own spin on it, is that it's freedom, right? You're not limiting your thinking. You can kind of express it, and again, you want to take the information and construct your own interpretations and your own thinking to make it yours. And I feel like, again, the information just sinks right in. Okay, well, this is not done yet. I'm gonna do low position 2 equals, there you go. Because Bernardo, he's in a low position, and he's definitely doing this. Okay. You know, for me, and then like, for my interpretation of how I use these symbols right here, the less than and greater sign right here, is that I'm trying to express like a conflict. Okay. Yes. Okay. I was thinking when something isn't linearly but happens at the same time, like taking two grips simultaneous. I will use some mathematical symbols, which is, yeah, that's great. That's great, man. Maybe I could use that symbol for something, and you spin it for my own interpretation, but okay, yeah. Linearly, but happens at the same time. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I think I know what you mean. That's, yeah, definitely. Man, I hope this coding thing that me and you are doing, I hope it comes more people discover about it, because overall it's pretty simple, you know, to actually do. And I feel like if people kind of just adapted their note-taking to this kind of style, I feel like people would definitely learn jiu-jitsu more easier, you know? But I mean, that's just us, I guess. We're just kind of like throwing random symbols, and if we take it to our jiu-jitsu class and we're just writing and someone just looks over our shoulder, I mean, I think they'll just think we're crazy, I swear. They'll be like, what kind of notes are you taking? right? What was the position? Okay, so oh yeah, I need to write the okay. Right leg. Okay. Okay. That like okay, so hopefully you understand what I just did here. So my whole thinking process of why did I write this code form. Step 1, low position. Bernardo is in low position, which is this turtle position. Oh yeah. Okay, hold on. Low position, his right hand, RH, his right hand, is gonna go around to keep safe around John Danaher's right leg. His left hand is gonna do the exact same thing, and they're gonna come together, which is gonna bring this equal sign to closing the position. They're gonna clasp their hands together. Wife is calling me. We'll watch the rest of the stream later. Hey man, you gotta do what you gotta do. Thanks for joining the stream though. I really appreciate you coming here and putting your 2 cents in. But overall, yeah, do what you gotta do. I mean, my wife calls me too, and I'll be like, ah, great, you know. Nah, it's a fun time with my wife. But yeah, have a good night, man. And yeah. Again, if you have any questions or anything, just keep messaging me on the Instagram. But definitely, I'm very curious of how you keep evolving your own way of style of coding things. And yeah, overall, yeah, I'll see you on the next time. All right. All right, really appreciate it, man. Thanks again for joining the stream. Okay, let's see. Anyways, I'm gonna continue on to explain my thinking for anyone who somehow comes across this stream in the future. So anyways, my thinking for writing this code. It's going to be step 1, low position. Bernardo is low position. You see a number 2 there, that means Bernardo is doing, he's player 2. If you see a 1 in any of the code, like this one right here, a 1, it means player 1. That's me, or that's John Donher doing it. So right hand again is going around to keep safe of this leg. Left hand is going to go around keeping safe of this leg. They're going to close the position to get put there. He's going to lock it. And these 2 signs of the less than and greater sign, it just puts to represent the idea of conflict, right? He's doing this in turtle, and I better do something to counteract that. Counteract. So I'm gonna act quick, you know, because if I don't act quick to do something, he's gonna either do a single leg on me or do some sort of like far ankle pull or something to get me down to the ground. Because this is, even though this looks vulnerable position, it opens a lot of opportunities. He has more leverage to drive both of his foot towards this way, and I have nothing to really stop it, you know. So it's a good thing he's having his posted leg here. He's laying over heavy on top of Bernardo, keeping weight on to have some sort of defensive position to prevent Bernardo from pile driving John Donher over. So that's what it means. RL is right leg. This is the right leg. It's posted, it's making heavy, so that's what it's doing. LL is left leg. It's jumped up. The left leg jumped up to post spot. Left hand. The left hand is gonna go around and keep safe. Go over and keep safe on Bernardo's back triceps or armpit. And it's gonna be a defensive position. Oh wait, hold on. He's also laying heavy. What's over? It goes low, lay over. It goes make heavy because John is going over with his body to lay over it to making it heavy. So this is gonna make it more difficult for Bernardo to pile drive him over. Okay, so that's basically the starting position. Definitely. I don't know. Man.
Control. He may not even have a hold of our legs, etc., etc. And from here we use the arm control. He may not even have a hold of our legs, etc., etc. And from here we use good hand positioning, good shoulder positioning. And from here we can work with closed hands, open hands, or what have you. And we can go behind our opponent. We can do all kinds of positional moves. You can do submission holds from there. But we're going to look at one particular aspect where we look at the interplay between front headlock position and guillotines, in particular the high elbow guillotine. Now there's a bunch of ways we can hit guillotine strangles. We looked at many of them in this video that we just produced. But one guillotine which proves to be very, very effective in competition, has many famous people who excel in its use, is the high elbow guillotine. Okay? Let's look at some of the main problems that people run into when they go to perform high elbows. So often I have students who come to me and say, you know, I see these people succeeding with high elbow guillotines, I just can't get it. Am I not flexible enough? Does my shoulder just not go in these positions that are required for success? In fact, flexibility plays very little role. There's many very inflexible people who can hit a very good high elbow guillotine. Let's bring the camera in close and come in and we'll have a look at the main problem we face when we go into a high elbow. If we bring the camera looking over my left shoulder, when we work in this position, what's required for a high elbow? Well, ultimately, I need to have my support arm. I have a strangle hand and a support hand. My strangle hand, for this particular version of the high elbow, there's others that we look at in the video, but this one version, we're going to start with a chin strap grip, just in like so. The big problem I face is the distance of my opponent's shoulder to my chest. Because ultimately, my support hand has to occupy the area between his shoulder and his neck. Okay, this is a super. We're going to start with a chin strap grip, just in like so. The big problem I face is the distance of my opponent. Shoulder to my chest, because ultimately my support hand has to occupy the area between his shoulder and his neck. Okay, this is a super important detail. Again, my wrist has to go into that space. If my wrist is outside of that space and in contact with Bernardo's shoulder, it's almost impossible for me to prevent him touching his shoulder to my chest, and then I can't get past his shoulder to get to a high elbow. So what I need is to get everything inside my training partner's clavicle, just like so. Okay? Again, if my wrist is outside Bernardo's shoulder and he drives in, he will stop me every single time here. Okay? So we need to be able to take everything inside the shoulder and then come over the top into a classic high elbow position. So you can see where the battle lines are being drawn. From Bernardo's perspective, he wants to close distance with his shoulder and and get his shoulder to my chest. I, on the other hand, want to maintain distance. I never want to let, for this version of the high elbow guillotine, I never want to let contact happen between the two of us. If my head is back and he drives forward, he'll flatten me out and I'll never get a chance for the high elbow. So it's important in these situations that I keep my head well forward. It's also very important that I take my strangle side shoulder and I push it forward onto Bernardo's neck. So when he drives forward, I maintain space between us. Now when I go to contact my hands, I bring my elbow back. If my elbow is forward, Bernardo can cover my elbow with his elbow, and I'll never get the high elbow position. So I always want, as he goes to cover my elbow, I always want to take my elbow back, so it's never covered. Now we're in the perfect position to bring everything up inside my training partner's clavicle. Okay? Once I bring everything up inside, now I can turn the elbow high over Bernardo's shoulder. There's a final race here where Bernardo will want to take his arm over my elbow and cover my high elbow. Over the top and cover the high elbow? Yes. And now he's killed my high elbow position. So the question becomes, how do I, as an inflexible person, get my arm into a sufficiently high elbow position? It has nothing to do with your flexibility. It has everything to do with your head position. Watch my head move. It's currently over Bernardo's right shoulder. Once I get my grips, I turn my right shoulder in so that we're side on. I connect my hands, my elbow comes back. Watch my head go from Bernardo's right shoulder across to the left shoulder. It's that movement of the head that gives me the high elbow position. Now I take my support leg and I hook tight in here, my right foot. My second leg goes high up and touches my own elbow and my leg passes across. Now when Bernardo goes to the inside, the stranglehold is exceptionally tight. Okay? Let's have a look at the move with the camera looking over my back so we can see those small details of elbow position, etc. I'm sorry, Bernardo, this is a horrible move.
I can see.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So,
There you go.
from any situation where we start off like so, we start off by passing the head in and we go in and get our initial bite on the chin. Okay, there's that grip, that chin strap grip that we favor. Now, if my body stays facing at this angle and Bernardo drives forward, he will get his shoulder easily to my chest, and I've got to go to another move now. Okay? So I take my shoulder and I push it forward. That means my body opens out in this direction, and my hands can lock. The elbow comes back, and now everything comes up inside the clavicle. Now, when I fall over, my head changes to the opposite shoulder, and as a result, we're in perfect position to lock knee and elbow together. I pass my foot across, and now we're in the perfect high elbow position. As Bernardo goes to grab my hands, go put his elbow over the top of mine, etc., etc., it's so difficult to prevent that strangulation. Okay? The high elbow position makes the conventional defenses to guillotines very, very difficult to apply. Even if Bernardo jumped across my legs, for example, that wouldn't stop the effective application of a high elbow guillotine. So if I got the high elbow position on my training partner, and we turned our body forward, everything came up. Even if Bernardo jumped across my legs now and landed across my side, even if he landed across my side, it wouldn't mean anything. In this position, we still have that high elbow and we can finish. His only recourse is to fall over my side and do a forward roll to avoid pressure, and it's not going to happen in the time available. Okay? So it's an incredibly effective way of getting to the neck and into your strangleholds. We've seen what the primary problem is. The primary problem is one where, can I keep distance between his shoulder and mine? If he wins the battle and gets his shoulder to my chest, that's going to make it very difficult for me to apply a high elbow guillotine. Don't worry, there's other guillotines we can employ. We'll look at those in the video series. But this particular high elbow is going to be difficult. So our battle is to maintain distance. It's a battle for distance between his shoulder and mine. That's the first thing. Identify where the battleground is being fought. It's a battle for distance between his shoulder and your chest. The second battle is head position. The only way I can get my elbow into a high elbow position is if my head moves from one shoulder to the other. If I just try to rely on flexibility, someone like me, that's going to be a disaster. I'm not flexible in the shoulders at all. But if I move my head from one shoulder to the other, just this simple exercise will show you this. Here, I have everything in. Okay, everything inside the shoulder. When my head moves from Bernardo's right shoulder to the left shoulder, it's that which gets me the high elbow position. And now when my elbow points at the ceiling, it's so easy for me to maintain that high elbow. Remember, in a true high elbow, your elbow ultimately want to point at the ceiling. Okay, anything less than that, it's not really a high elbow at all. So we've got a battle for.
Okay, for anyone who's happened to watch the stream again, yeah, I think I might have to get rid of this right here because it's like he kind of basically bailed on it. So I must just start over again. So this is gonna be step 1. Plus, let's see. So let's go back to 236.
The chin straight grip, just in like so. The big problem I face is the distance of my opponent's shoulder to my chest, because ultimately my support hand has to occupy the area.
Okay, so he's sitting down. So Bernard Barrio is under. Okay, so for this line of code at 236 of the video, this means low position 2. Bernard is in low position. Vulnerable position 2. Bernard is definitely in a vulnerable position of sticking his head, his neck out there. And go under, keep safe. Well, John is basically using his right arm. So I'm right hand that goes, his RH is right hand. It's going to go under, keep safe of Bernard's neck. And that's going to prepare to set up for the guillotine choke, the high elbow guillotine choke.
Between his shoulder and his neck.
Yeah, I want to capture that idea over here.
In the video, but this one version, we're going to start with a chin straight grip, just in like so. The big problem I face is the distance of
JT, think about this, okay? So think about this equals
my opponent's shoulder to my chest, because ultimately my support hand has to occupy the area between his shoulder and his neck. Okay, this is a super important detail. Again,
so detail equals important.
my wrist has to go into that space. If my wrist is outside of that space and in contact with Bernardo's shoulder, it's almost impossible for me to prevent him touching his shoulder to my chest. and then I can't get past the shoulder to get to a high elbow. So what I need is to get everything inside my training partner's clavicle, just like so. Okay. Again, if my wrist is outside Bernardo's shoulder and he drives in, he will stop me every single time here. Okay. So we need to be able to take everything inside the shoulder and then come over the top into a classic high elbow position. So you can see where the battle lines are being drawn. From Bernardo's perspective, he wants to close distance. With his shoulder and get his shoulder to my chest. I, on the other hand, want to maintain distance. I never want to let, for this version of the high elbow guillotine, I never want to let contact happen between the two of us. If my head is back and he drives forward, he'll flatten me out and I'll never get a chance for the high elbow. Version of the high elbow guillotine, I never want to let contact happen between the two of us. If my head is back and he drives forward, he'll flatten me out and I'll never get a chance for the high elbow. So it's important in these situations that I keep my head well forward. It's also very important that I take my strangle side shot and I'll never get a chance for the high elbow. So it's important in these situations that I keep my head well forward. It's also very important that I take my strangle side shoulder and I push it forward onto Bernardo's neck. So when he drives forward, I maintain space. But it's also very important that I take my strangle side chance for the high elbow. So it's important in these situations that I keep my head well forward. It's also very important that I take my strangle side shoulder and I push it forward onto Bernardo's neck. So when he drives forward, I maintain space between us. Now when I go to contact my hands, I bring my elbow back. Back. If my elbow is forward, Bernardo can cover my elbow with his elbow, and I'll never get the high elbow position. So I always want, as he goes to cover my elbow, it's also very important that I take my strangle side shoulder and I push it forward onto Bernardo's neck. So when he drives forward, I maintain space between us. Now when I go to contact my hands, I bring my elbow back. If my elbow is forward, Bernardo can cover my elbow with his elbow, and I'll never get the high elbow position. So I always want, as he goes to cover my elbow, I always want to take my elbow. Back, so it's never covered. Now we're in the perfect position to bring everything up. Inside my training partner's clavicle. Okay? Once I bring everything up inside, now I can never covered. Now we're in the perfect position to bring everything up inside my training partner's clavicle. Okay? Once I bring everything up inside, now I can turn everything up inside my training partner's clavicle. Okay? Once I bring everything up inside,
Okay, hold on. Okay, guys, I'll be right back. I'm gonna get something to eat real quick. So. Okay, I'm back. Whew.
Now I can turn the elbow high over the okay. Once I bring everything up inside, now I can
Oof.
turn the elbow high over Bernardo's shoulder. There's a final race here where Bernardo will want to take his arm over my elbow and cover my high elbow. Over the top and cover the high elbow, yes. And now he's killed my high elbow position. So the question becomes, how do I, as an inflexible person, get my arm into a sufficiently high elbow position? It has nothing to do with your flexibility. It has everything to do with your head position. Watch my head move. It's currently over Bernardo's right shoulder. Once I get my grips, I turn my right shoulder in so that we're side on. I connect my hands, my elbow comes back. Watch my head go from Bernardo's right shoulder across to the left shoulder. It's that movement of the head that gives me, so that we're side on. I connect my hands, my elbow comes back, watch my head go from Bernardo's right shoulder across to the left shoulder. It's that movement of the head that gives me the high elbow position. Now I take position. Watch my head move. It's currently over Bernardo's right shoulder. Once I get my grips, I turn my right shoulder in so that we're side on. I connect my hands, my elbow comes back, watch my head go from Bernardo's right shoulder across to the left shoulder. It's that movement of the head that gives me the high elbow position. Now side on. I connect my hands, my elbow comes back, watch my head go from Bernardo's right shoulder across to the left shoulder. It's that movement, shoulder in, so that we're side on. I connect my hands, my elbow comes back, watch my head go from Bernardo's right shoulder across to the left shoulder. It's that movement of the head that gives me the high elbow position. Now I take my support leg and I hook shoulder across to the left shoulder. It's that movement of the head that gives me the high elbow position. Now I take my support leg and I hook. here with my right foot. My second leg goes high up and touches my own elbow, and my leg passes across. Fourth leg, and I hook tight in here with my right foot. My second leg. Leg goes high up and touches my own elbow, and my leg passes across. Now when Bernardo goes to the fin side, the stranglehold is exceptionally tight. Okay, let's have a look at the move with the camera looking over my back so we can see those small details of elbow position, etc. I'm sorry, man, this is a horrible move. Okay. So I take my shoulder and I push it forward. That means my body opens out in this direction and my hands can block. The elbow comes. Back. Now everything comes up inside the clavicle. Now when I fall over, my head.
Okay. Well, to make it simple for anyone who was watching this stream later on in the future, so let's just break it down what I wrote. Basically, I know I didn't say much during the coding, but let me just break it down of what I just wrote. Okay, situation 1. So this line of code basically means that John Donner is in sit-up guard while Bernardo is in turtle, having his neck exposed basically. So if you see the LP2, BB2, that's basically abbreviations, and the number 2 is basically to indicate that's Bernardo. So I like to use the numbers as that's next to abbreviation as a sign of part, like a player 1, player 2 kind of thing. So you see a number next to a abbreviation block, not the that means it's player 2's doing. You see a number 1, that's, you know, you can picture that's player 1, that's you or John Donner as who's performing the move. So from here, how I read this is step 1, player 2 is low position, roll position, that's turtle. Take opportunity 1, that's you, you're taking opportunity at the turtle. And you're going to take your right hand, RH is right hand, you're going to go under, keep safe, you're going to swim under, make a grip of keeping his your hand under his chin. You're going to prepare for that. Step 2 is take all on TAT. I'm trying to figure it out. So TAT means think about this. So you see a 1, the player 1's gonna be thinking about this is cell detail, important, close the distance, make it. So this is basically means that about the shoulder. There's space between the shoulder. If Barno is pushing in, closing the distance of his shoulder, making contact with my shoulder, and it's gonna make it harder for me to swim under this hand, to connect my hands together like this to start setting up the guillotine. Important cell detail 1, restrain right shoulder. So it's important with my right shoulder that I push in forward like this, and not only I'm pushing forward to resist him from pushing me over, I'm also making space on this other side. So as I'm pushing over, this side opens up for my hand to swim under. Step 3. So I'm gonna go under, close the position. So basically I'm going under, clasping my hands together to lock the guillotine choke. And that's gonna close the position, prepare, important. And what's important is that I'm gonna bring back, keep this arm locked and close to my side. This prevents him from going over with his arm to prevent that situation. So that's what you see here, go over plus keep safe, but you see a number 2 here. That's basically what my opponent's doing with his elbow. And this is W2 is basically a warning. Oh, wait. That's a warning for me, because if he gets that arm over, it basically blocks my opportunity to do a high elbow guillotine. So step 4, take opportunity 1 equals go over, go around, plus keep safe, repair. Opportunity 1, go over. Oh, let me see, 429, so we'll make sure.
I bring everything up inside.
Okay, it's an elbow. So
Now,
right here at 429 of the timestamp, I'm gonna bring my leg elbow over, go over, goes MT, make tighter, equals prepare. This line of code basically means my hand, my head, H is head. It's gonna transition go, so it's from on his right shoulder, now it's gonna move all the way to its left shoulder, try to touch his left shoulder with the head. It's gonna be more effective, especially if you're not a flexible person or you don't have enough reach. So it's gonna definitely help make it easier to execute the high elbow. And step 6. So after this, you with your right foot, right leg, you're gonna go under, keep safe, hook his left leg, and then you're gonna with your left leg go over some of the detail. Go over some of the detail. 1 left foot is gonna go and connect with your high elbow on the back of your high elbow, and you're gonna bring your foot over, and it's gonna finish with an attack. So I don't know, if you're new to my coding and you happen to come across the stream, it's better if you join the stream, and so I can explain it to you more directly and more simply, of being able to know your questions or where your confusion is at. So but overall, this is like a very powerful method that I thought of. It's a coding method, and overall you're gonna take this concept of coding, and basically you can use your own interpretation of abbreviations and using symbols. They don't have to mean exactly what my symbols mean. You can basically take what I have and just have the idea of just create abbreviations and use symbols and try to use those things to take the complex information and try to break that complex information into those simple things that you can understand. It'll be more easier later in the future once I make more videos about it, hopefully. But anyways, this is pretty much all it so it helps me memorize techniques much faster and easier. Trust me, it's gonna be very simple. You shouldn't really have to worry if you come across this video and have no idea what I'm doing. You just I have a Google link on the under the description of the stream or videos, and you can click on it. So the link will take you to a Google Docs, and there'll be a bunch of Google Docs that will help explain it more simpler, that you can read and get like a basic simple understanding of how this coding works. But overall, this is pretty much how it works overall. But yeah, I don't know. But anyways, I'm gonna end this stream now. It's getting pretty late and pretty tired. But overall, whoever is watching or comes across the stream, thanks for checking me out, and I'll see you guys next time. Okay, so I'm gonna add this card. There you go. And I'm gonna show answer, and I'm gonna be good. There you go. All right, thanks for watching.